Hello everyone, welcome to see you here. We're going to start. This is our 13 pitch bootcamp from Global World. I will tell you a bit about us and what we're doing. We're doing it already more than a year. This is the 13th session, and GGW, it's a group of companies. We have our venture group, GGW Ventures. We invest in software and AI startups. And we also have our platform that connects investors and founders, and the only relevant people meet each other. This is your opportunity to join our network, create a profile. It's simple and very fast. And right now we also have a discount for Black Friday. It's 45% discount to the membership of the GGW. It's one time of the year event. And discounts are limited. In addition, we also have founders with all of the operational tasks that they don't like to do usually, taxes, accounting, bookkeeping. We can help with all of that. And if you struggle with something right now, let us know. We're happy to assist you with your problem. Let me introduce our judge team for today. We have Luis Martinez and Matviy Kruglov. I'll give them a quick time to introduce themselves. Luis?
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Luis Martinez. I'm a senior venture associate with Capital Factory. We're the most active early stage investor in the state of Texas, with over 750 companies in our portfolio, including 8 of Texas's 20 unicorns. We are seed to Series A investors as follow-on capital, and excited to be on this call and learn more about what you all are building.
Thank you, Luis. Matviy?
Yeah, thank you very much, gentlemen, for having me here. I'm very excited for this opportunity. I'm Matviy, previously worked at the UC Berkeley SkyDeck Fund and Accelerator, was an investment team, but also led their expansion of their ecosystem growth of investors, partners, and startups abroad. I spent 6 years with them, and I continue to serve as a scout. So basically scouting deals and as well as doing some investor relations for the fund. At the same time, so basically SkyDeck is an early stage leading accelerator in Silicon Valley, investing in global companies, mostly in B2B. So industry agnostic. So having 2 cohorts per year, and currently I also work at AWS as an account manager, working with leading software and startups, helping them to embrace AI and cloud technologies. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Matviy. And also, here's our founder, Daniil Kislinski.
Yeah,
Daniil.
so I'm a chief troublemaker at the GGW group of companies. So as Alex already explained what we do, but GGW Pitch Bootcamp is one of those places where we give a lot of feedback to start out, because investors are rarely have time for you to give feedback, and this is the time when you can get it. So, but Alex said that we have this 45% Black Friday deal. Make sure just to check this out, because this is time limited. And if any of you in Austin, Texas, we are visiting Austin. We're gonna do our in-person GGW Shark Tank pitch event. It's like Shark Tank inspired event where you would meet invited startups and investors, and you can see them pitch to our group of investors right in Austin on December the 10th. So if you want to meet for a coffee or catch up, I am here for you, and I'm gonna be in also Houston and Dallas and San Antonio while I'm in Texas. So yeah, stay in touch, and good luck everyone today.
Thank you, Daniil. Really good luck to everyone. Couple of rules for our session today. Please keep yourself muted unless you're presenting on the stage. If you want to pitch, raise your hand, put in the name your company name, and we will see who want to participate. Also put in the chat your company name and that you want to present today too. It will help us to find you in all the audience. Each founder will have 3 minutes to pitch and then 5 minutes to get a feedback from other judges. If you present more than 3 minutes, the time will be deducted from your feedback. So please keep it on time. There is hard stop after 8 minutes, and we will go to the next participant. And if you want to pitch today, we have a lot of people in the line. Please reach to us. We host it monthly, and we will consider you for the next session. This session is recorded, and please also share this community in a social network. Make a screenshot, post it in LinkedIn, tag us, and let's connect. Let's make it global.
Exciting. So don't forget to take a screenshot of us. And we'll do another screenshot at the end of the session. Let's get started.
The first one who presents will be Vicky from Grandmama.
Oh, great. So I'm the brave one.
You can start now.
Okay,
Vicky.
great. Hello, I'm Vicky Klimi, co-founder and CEO of Grandmama, and my journey begins with my grandmother Savrula, who one day fell down and broke her hip, something really, really common at her age. After a surgery, she stayed with my parents, and I remember her, she was kept saying, I want to return back home, the house where she got married, she raised her children. So we called an agency, and the next day we had a caregiver we had never met. The very last day of my grandmother's life, we realized that she got abused by this caregiver. And this moment changed everything for me. So instead of searching for a solution, I created the solution. Today, millions of people, just like my grandmother, need or will need home care. And 8 out of 10 of them, they want to grow in their own home. 24% can afford it, and at least they need 7 years of care. But in one hand, families, they struggle during the process of home care. And on the other hand, caregivers are usually unsupported and underpaid. But Grandmama comes with a full stack AI-powered care tech solution that supports both families and caregivers across their home care journey without the need of an agency. From matching to reporting, safety and security, and managing all care-related expenses 10 times faster and up to 38% reducing the cost of home care. The market is growing fast, and Grandmama is entering 7 countries in the next 5 years, from US to India. And so far, we have helped more than 8,000 families with 12,000 vetted caregivers network, plus 4,000 candidates in India, with a low customer acquisition cost of nearly $8 and an LTV ratio over CAC 15 times. And we have a revenue of 232K. We break even this year, and we have 93% growth comparing to last year. Now we're entering the US market, targeting 48 million of expats from India and Greece as our beachhead market. Our revenue model is based on app subscription and recurring commission on the salary of the caregiver, mentioning that app subscription is also working independently if you have a grandmama caregiver or not. And compared to our competition, we're simpler, scalable, and we're not depending on healthcare and on broken healthcare systems. We have been multi-awarded about our impact and entrepreneurial journey, and Grandmama is officially eligible to provide golden visa benefits to our angel investors to enter the Schengen area in Europe. And our team has both solid knowledge in healthcare and technology, and we have combined 4 exits. Now we're raising $1.2 million, and we have a commitment of 800K with a runway of 18 months in order to reach 3.2 million in 2027 with a 50K caregivers. And I will give you 3 reasons why to invest in Grandmama, because firstly, we're a $1 trillion industry. Secondly, because most of you in this room, you will need grandmama services. And finally, because my grandmother used to say to me, my dear child, never give up until you make it. So grandmama team won't give up until we make it. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. You took one more time for the feedback, so let's start from the judges. Want to start, Luis?
Sure. So this is a very crowded marketplace. There's lots of folks that are in this space. They've been in this space for a number of years. How will you win in a very crowded market space?
Yes, actually, we differentiate ourselves because we're based on AI tools in order to help and support throughout the home care journey, not just
There's like another dozen companies that tell me the same thing. So what is it that you're doing that is better, or faster, or superior to other companies that also make a claim that they have AI tools?
Okay, what we do, we reduce the home care cost. So we do have, combine the families, the elders, with the caregivers directly instead of going through an agency who employs the caregivers. That means that we reduce the cost, the operational cost within the company, and we're asset-light model in order to be there and make it for 12% on recurring commission for every monthly salary of the caregiver.
So are you responsible then for recruiting both the caregivers as well as those that are seeking caregiving to make this two-sided marketplace work?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So that's hard because now you're doing two things twice as hard. So what is your kind of special, unique insight to be able to get the best caregivers in a particular geographic area or for a specific need?
Okay, we have a specific process where we interview the caregivers. We have a specific questionnaire that we have tested over thousands of caregivers in order to be sure that these are the ones that can do the job. So we have also the security part covered from this. So it's not just a marketplace where you can find a caregiver that just applied for a job or whatever, but there is a process behind it, and it's technologically powered. This not only people are involved, but also the technology.
Okay. Okay. Luis, do you have any other questions, or shall I?
I want to make sure my fellow judge has some other opportunity to speak up. I've got plenty of questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Vicky, thank you very much for your pitch. And yeah, I really like the personal story. So it looks like you're very passionate about it. So that's really important. I would say questions I have is regarding your markets. You said like you're targeting US and India. So the pricing wise, like how does it make sense? Like, because I guess pricing is completely different, and onboarding, the cost of the onboarding and the time might be quite similar, but the math might not make sense if you go, it's not 1-to-1, right? So how do you solve this problem?
Okay, so for the US market right now, we're targeting the expats from India and Greece, which means it's our low-hanging fruit. We can enter easily and we can serve these expats. They can pay from the US in order to serve their parents back or grandparents back in India and in Greece. So they pay, I mean, the salary of a caregiver in US, it's a multiple than the salary of the caregiver in India, so they can support their families, correct? So the same for the Greek market. So if I understood the question well.
So the person, basically the person who pays, right? For example, the kid is in the US, he pays the subscription that is like almost like $80 per month, but also pays the salary of the caregiver in India, for example, right? That is quite like different, like quite way lower than in the US. So does it make mathematically, does it make sense even with that model by the end or not?
Yes, because for us it is just an entry point. Sorry, an entry point for the US market in order to penetrate it and also to get to know more about the market. Our end goal is to enter the US market.
Okay. I have also other questions, but maybe there's also one more.
Yeah, time.
My LinkedIn. I have my link.
Okay, awesome.
Thank
If you want, we can connect you later, Matviy. Let us know if you want to speak with Vicky. Thank you, Vicky. That's your feedback. And we are
Thank you.
moving next. Next one who will present will be Akshita Gupta. Everything?
Hi, everyone. I'll just start.
Yeah, put your slides on.
Hi, everyone. I'm Akshita, and I'm building Click, which is a place to help founders turn their ideas into an identity. Now, my journey with Click started with helping my mother build her small baking business back in India. And I realized like people like her have a lot of passion, have a lot of ideas for the product, and they're so involved in the process of building that they forget marketing. Plus, most of these people don't really come with a lot of marketing expertise and stuff. So we realized that not everyone will have a lot of marketing budgets, team, or expertise. But one thing that's common across everyone who's even here on this this event has a story. So we realized that SMBs are continuously told to build a brand online, but frankly they don't know where to start, and they don't have the budgets to afford expensive agencies. As agencies, in terms of marketing, start from 10 to 15K at least per month, and they don't really have all the time to figure it out all alone. So in terms of solution, what we build is, can there be a way where we can turn their story into content, which can save them time on that manual research, which can exactly tell them what to do, what to say, and where to actually say it, plus helps them stay consistent. That I feel, as anyone who's trying to run the whole business completely on their own, kind of struggles with. Time management is a big issue for these people. So in our analysis and all the research that we were doing, we realized like globally there are about, like, this is the level of SMBs that are there across the entire world. And in that also specifically, we're trying to target the social media active SMBs, which is particularly like the e-commerce market, the D2C brands, AI consumer startups, and any even B2B founder profiles. So these are the kind of profiles we are trying to target first in US, as they are the most active, as well as they are quite content aware. This is the competitive landscape we kind of analyzed, and we can tell you like what our blue ocean looks like. Basically, there are these affordable and generic tools that are out there available that most of these SMEs are experimenting or trying to use with. But the common thread is the fragmentation. Fragmentation takes a lot of time to not only learn, but also to understand and juggle through all of these things, which is quite messy, and it actually leads you to nowhere. And the other route is the agency route, which is expensive, but it is personalized. So we decided, what if we can bring the best of both the worlds, which is affordable and personalized. So this is like the app that we have built. Is my time over? I'm not sure.
The time over. You can take time from your feedback. What do you prefer?
I'll just take 1 minute. So we kind of build like a very simple workflow, just ideate, plan, and schedule to keep it really easy and time saving. Our core difference from all the available platforms is that all these platforms are built for marketers, not really for everyday business users. So that's why we're kind of building that personalization, control, and accessibleness together in one platform. I'll conclude here.
So it sounds like you're early in your journey. Can you give me a sense about what your monthly recurring revenue is and how many customers you have?
1 second. Yeah, so we kind of onboarded 3 customers who are all 3 are founders, and they are using our platform for their personal branding. And we also were like experimenting on the enterprise level if there's something that we can, basically add more features to help the marketing teams of enterprises. But in our conversations, we realized like there are the market of marketing and content is really crowded, especially in the enterprise space, because there are like too many people targeting the marketing teams, the content teams and the growth teams. But in the B2C space, we realize like there's not a lot of personalized or guided tools and platforms that are available to help people kickstart their journey when they basically have no data with them.
B2C is super expensive, like massively expensive. So, I mean, if you have the ambition to bootstrap a really nice business, you've got the potential of making a really nice business here. If you've got the potential of, $1 million, tens of $1 million business, that's really there. If your ambition is to build like a true venture scale business, the key there will be velocity, and the key there will be obviously adoption. And to do a B2C is just so incredibly expensive. To really have like that kind of value unlocked in kind of SMBs, to be able to have like that knowledge of knowing where SMBs are to be that first solution is really critical in order to make that marketing cost effective to actually then convert into actual paying customers. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing a lot of money at marketing and not really have like the traction to show it. And, congratulations on your first series of customers. To really attract sort of investors that would be interested in this space, really kind of showing the proof point of having like monthly recurring revenue in your business model, showing that you've got a month over month growth of users that are using the platform, are excited about those outcomes, and are coming back as a way of like reducing your churn, are important signals that investors will need. Unfortunately, for where the current kind of state of the industry is, more and more is being required of founders now at early and earlier stages, because of just how quick it is that people can build using AI tools and how, effective it is in people being able to do that. So if you are seeking outside investment, making sure that your presentation has a slide really talking about your traction, the number of customers you have, the monthly recurring revenue. If you have an idea about what those unit economics are with your cost of customer acquisition, as well as sort of your annual kind of like lifetime value or annual value of a contract, will be really important for people to kind of perceive the investment opportunity here.
Yeah, like you mentioned, like we're really early, so that I don't have like a lot of data on that front to show you. But this is like something that we built under a month. So
focus on building a real business then.
Yeah.
Don't focus on fundraising. Focus on building a real business, and then make the determination if fundraising will help you sort of meet the goals that you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Ashkita, thank you very much for your presentation. I would have loved to see more numbers, absolutely, but I understand you're very early in your journey. One question I have is regarding the ROI for the customer. So what is this in numbers, maybe like in value proposition, and like the number attached to this value proposition? That's what I was missing. Maybe you can complete it right now.
So are you asking me what outcome is the user going to expect in terms of numbers?
Yeah, for example, they are not your users. You pitch, they become your customer, right?
Yeah.
Then they expect an impact of your platform on the certain metric. Could be save money, or if, like something like accelerated on time, or metric accelerated.
Yeah. So all the people that you're currently onboarding, and our value proposition is primarily that we allow them to build that visibility. See, all the people that we're targeting, it's primarily for personal branding purpose. And for personal branding, all of their primary focus is to have their own credibility and personality be shown on the online platforms. So key metrics right now is to increase their engagement from wherever they are, or take them to the next level. So scaling their presence, whatever that stage is. So our platform doesn't really require you to be just at 0 or at 1,000 or 10,000. Wherever you are, we'll be able to scale you from there. So in terms of monetary benefit,
actually we are past time. Sorry.
Thank you, Ashkita. That's your feedback. If you want, we connect with Matviy later.
Yeah.
Next one who will present is Jason Estepan.
Let's go. I'm going to put my timer here. Hi, I'm Jason. I'm the CEO of Kitsune Labs, and we're a creator-led Japanese-inspired comic studio turning online communities into the next generation of fan-driven franchises. Okay? So if you're in the comics industry, you would know that there are 350 million fans worldwide, abandoning Western comic franchises, spending over $52 billion a year on Japanese ones instead. So we're filling the $52 billion gap by creating high-quality Japanese-inspired comics for Western audiences using a YouTube-driven, creator-powered development process. The market opportunity is $96 billion globally. These are buyers of Japanese comics. Bottom up, we're targeting $60 million short-term within the next 5 years, with $120 annual revenue per user target. These are buyers of Japanese-style action comics who regularly watch comic-focused content online. We have 2 products, one of them being a 50-volume action thriller franchise in development. This is the core product that we're going to be selling our customers. And our secondary product doubles as our go-to-market strategy. We have figured out how to monetize customer acquisition by having a character-driven mockumentary around the development of our comics. People actually come and watch voluntarily, essentially a 7-hour commercial about the comic that we're developing in real time. And $0 customer acquisition cost, and we make money from it. How it works is that comic videos drive purchases. Viral videos build the community. The community then provides insights to making the videos better and the comic better. So then they are ready to purchase on day 1 when it's out because they helped make it. So how we make money is $12 per comic volume, 70% margins. And we have additional revenue streams that go alongside of it that we're already doing when making the comic, such as making the comic video about the in-process workings. We're selling our IP. We're using our IP for direct-to-consumer merch, courses, things of that nature. And we also have licensing deals in progress with other partners where they're going to be adapting it into games, films, etc. 50 to 70% margins across, $120 annual revenue per user target. Now, how we stand out is we out-iterate slow publishers. We build deeply engaged communities, and we produce social content that surpasses even top creators. So we're faster, we're cheaper, we're better. Now, our team is great. We're among the top 1% of creators globally. We have delivered 1.5 billion organic YouTube views. We've built multiple channels, over 5 million subscribers each in the gaming and entertainment spaces. We have 10 years in the comic industry, and we've worked at Amazon Twitch, Amazon Prime Video, and we've done multi-million-dollar creative campaigns. We have great traction, 12% week-over-week subscriber growth, $50,000 of early revenue, 45,000 of that is validating our video product, and then 7,000 of that is validating comics. And there we go. We're using it for, we're raising $850K to reach $10 million of annual recurring revenue in 48 months. And I'll just exit that.
Happy Jason. Judges, who want to start? Who is familiar with the industry of anime?
Luis, are you familiar?
I'm happy to start. If
Sure, go. I have a quick question maybe before, since you're more familiar, you could probably ask more questions. Jason, thanks a lot. I love the energy. And my question is, how big is your community of subscribers right now? So, because you mentioned there is a pretty significant growth, I think like 15% month over month, but where we are at?
17,000.
70, yeah?
17.
Okay. And when did you start growing the community?
We started, essentially, I have to kind of say this as a kind of a prerequisite for this, is we had, I'm trying to think of how to articulate it. We had basically 6 months of runway of kind of testing this out earlier on. So we've went from 0 to 17K in 6 months. So hopefully that helps.
Okay. And do you have a virality, like K factor out there that you measure? So like, one subscriber brings like 2 subscribers or something like that, or like.
We have something of that nature. We actually have our biggest driver of growing very quickly is other influencers bringing us free subscribers. So like one thing that got us really excited is that there's this channel called Monitor Comics. He has 80,000 subscribers, and just on like video 1, he said it was so cool he had to share it. So he shared it, and we got 1,000 subscribers just from him sharing it. We have lots of other key opinion leaders in the space, like the creator of Dr. Stone, which is like a really big deal, and a bunch of other people who are just literally waiting for us to publish more stuff. So our X factor is it's so cool that it's hard for people not to share it, and celebrities often share it just because they like it so much and they want to be involved.
Thank you. Nice to hear.
So, congratulations! You're doing something actually really, really hard, which is building a community around kind of really sticky customers and users that are rabid for what you provide. So, congratulations on sort of the growth and the potential of what you've built so far to date. What will it look like to go from 17,000 to 1.7 million or 17 million?
I think there's a 5-year target of 3 million subscribers.
Can you do it in 2?
Can I do it in 2? I can get to 1 million in 2. I can't get to 3 in 2.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, one of the aspects that you're going to have in fundraising is the velocity of being able to grow massively as quickly as possible. I mean, I love the stickiness of the customers. I love the stickiness of how the self-contained community can kind of like, ensure that lifetime value of a customer kind of happens. I'm concerned as an investor about like where that kind of tops out. And how long it takes to get to that top out.
Yeah, it's hockey stick growth. So we've built channels for over 20 years. So
I mean, you told me you were going to get the hockey stick in 5 years. I want you to do it in like 24 months.
I mean, yeah, we could have hockey stick growth to 1 million is what I'm saying. We can get hockey stick to 1 million and it'll keep on compounding. It's kind of like a snowball. So here's the way I would articulate this go-to-market strategy. The way I would succinctly say it is that there's a library of videos that we're amassing, right? So imagine there's 10 videos online, right? And the customer journey is someone finds one that they really enjoy through either the celebrity or on their homepage or whatever. They find one they enjoy and they start binging maybe like 3 of them, right? Sure. So you start binging 3 of them and there's a certain stickiness that comes with like watching 30 minutes of content. But you know what's more sticky than watching 30 minutes of content? Watching 60 minutes or 90 minutes or 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever. The real hockey stick growth comes from the multiplier that happens when the YouTube algorithm figures out what we're doing because we're feeding it tons of data. And 2, when the customer comes in, a new person, it's easier to convert them. It gets easier and easier to convert them the more stuff that we have because we're refining the videos and there's more videos for them to choose from.
How do you go from eyeballs to revenue? Like, how do you get the people who are spending 90 minutes on your content to pay you their hard-earned cash?
You get there by basically getting 7 hours of their time. If you get 7 hours of their time, the lifetime value and the monetary gains are insurmountable. Like, it's basically the Mr. Beast model.
It's a subscription to your content that they're paying for how much per month?
We're out of time.
They're paying $12 a comic and they're buying 10 of them.
Got it.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Great presentation. And anyone who wants to speak with Jason, let me know. I can connect with him.
All right. So today I'm going to tell you about Training Lab. It's an e-learning platform that teaches communication skills by role-playing with AI avatars to build stronger teams. So have you ever thought about being out of place or just not being able to speak up at work? This happens all the time, especially to Gen Z workers because they're not used to talking face to face, people from other cultures, people from underserved communities. They really struggle with working in the workplace because of communication skills, because these skills are typically not taught. US businesses lose over $1.2 trillion from just miscommunication. And what's changing now is conversational AI. And with that, the way we interact with AI is not going to be typing anymore. It's going to be actually talking to avatars and role-playing and things like that. And so the way our product works is that okay. So the way our product works is that you work with an AI tutor and you learn a particular skill, let's say negotiation, and then you actually learn that skill, you ask questions, and then when you're ready, you get immersed in a video game, basically, and you role play that particular skill. Then you get feedback on that, on how well you did, and then you get feedback, and also you get feedback on the team and the organization. And the way we get our partners right now is through direct outreach. We have good connections with LinkedIn, and we are also currently working with the U.S. Air Force. We're working with the United Nations and also the Veterans Administration, and we're onboarding 2 resellers that are in the HR space. And our business model is a SaaS business model, and these are unit economics. This is our team, and I do all things strategy and design. Nick does all things technology, and Mark does all things sales and marketing. And we are raising $2 million to get to 1 million ARR. And we're doing that with a safe note with a 20% discount. And so we'd like for you to help us help organizations help their employees and also themselves by, sorry. There we go.
Thank you,
I
Sibyl.
wasn't ready for you guys. Okay.
So there's lots of folks working in the HR tech AI space, and I've seen a couple of communication plays that are similar to this. Walk me through what your current MRR or ARR are for this year, for this quarter.
We are onboarding resellers that are going to do it. And so with government, it takes a long time to get to the pricing. So we're currently working with pricing and negotiations.
So you have no revenue.
We're not there yet. Right.
So you're currently pre-revenue. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many pilots do you have on your platform?
We have 3.
And is your goal then to use kind of resellers as your channel partnership strategy?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the unfair advantage that your platform has over a straightforward person-to-person HR intervention for a staff person?
The unfair advantage is that most learning, you just learn it, it gets in your short-term memory, and then it goes. And so with our platform, over time, the AI is learning your skills and tailor-making the skills for you. And then at an organizational level, it's aggregating information about the team and the organization and tying it to their business goals for the quarter. And that way, you're showing ROI and stickiness within the organization to continue to train your employees, which is your biggest expense for any company.
So is your goal then to try to get HR departments to then pay for this? Is that correct? Or are you going to be bundled with other services? And where do you still don't quite know what the pricing is yet for this range?
No, we do. It's on our website. It's a subscription model.
Okay. And what roughly will you be paying per employee per month? Walk me through what your pricing looks like.
So if they're just doing one category, it's $99 per year per employee. And then if we're building custom, which is typically what we're getting now, it's at $499 a year per employee.
So one of the challenges that you'll have is someone coming in, doing exactly what you're doing and being able to undercut you and race to the bottom. What is going to be your competitive advantage in this space?
We're doing and it's going to be hard for them to touch up with what's already out there, because that's typically what's taught. And our information is customized for each employee and each organization, and that's going to be hard to capture easily.
Okay. Ravi?
Sibyl, thank you very much for your presentation. Quick question. What is the background of the team? Like and why you decided to build this particular solution?
Okay, I'm going to start with me first. So I lost a lot of jobs because I didn't have good communication skills, but these skills are typically not taught. And so that's my background and why I built this company, because I'm a product designer. And the background of the team is Nick is he's built VR applications because this product used to be VR. We talked to training leaders and they're like, we don't want VR. We're not going to buy equipment. And but he's worked in large enterprise organizations, and Mark has been a marketing person at Starbucks, Disney, Gap. Like he can really help us bring our product to market.
And this knowledge base, thank you very much. And this knowledge base behind, right, on training. So you have to get it somewhere. So what allows you to, where do you get it basically? Because like I imagine the incumbents right now, right, the solutions in place, they have access to that, or like people who do the training, they constantly developing this. You're entering as a solution, like mostly like a solution provider, but all this knowledge base, where are you taking it from? Are you licensing it from someone, or are you developing it in-house?
We have a learning and development person on team, but we're also talking to over 100 training leaders every week, like every month. And so we're constantly changing, because with AI, they're in a place where everything's exploding right now, and they don't know how to keep up with how to bring AI into their product offerings within their company.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And the last question maybe would be, because, once like all GPTs were out there, a lot of people used it actually for negotiations, negotiations practicing. So how do you see remain competitive out there
This is a role-playing game where when you learn something, you actually practice it. And then when you learn something else, you have to practice the original one. So spaced repetition is how you remember things.
Okay, repetition. Okay, so it remembers everything. Okay.
Thank you, Sybil. That's your feedback. It was great to see you.
Thank you. Nice seeing you.
Thank you.
Okay, Susie, are you ready now?
Great. Hi, my name is Susie. I'm the founder of GoCat. We're building the first AI-powered home exchange platform for pet owners. I'll just scroll, I guess. I'm a two-time founder, and I'm part of a team of seasoned operators. We're ex-Apple, ex-IBM, ex-Accenture, and we're all pet owners. If you have a pet, you've shared the same problem that we're trying to solve, that we also share with 1 billion pet owners around the world, which is pets complicate travel. Pet care incurs extra costs, extra logistics, and if pet care doesn't come through, it means no travel at all. That means weekend trips, last minute travel, and missed opportunities for all the pet owners around the world. So we are building GoCat. GoCat is a home exchange platform specifically for pet owners. We do reciprocal swaps. Basically, I stay at your place in New York and take care of your dog. You stay at mine in San Francisco and take care of mine. Our matching is based on travel dates, destinations, breed, and behavior. So basically, if you have a dog with separation anxiety, you match with someone else who has the same kind of dog because you know best how to take care of each other's pets. Our AI helps with onboarding verification, care guides, and dynamic matching. And we include last-minute trips so that people don't have to miss those opportunities. For the user, GoCat pays for itself in one swap. One night of Rover in the Bay Area, where I live, is $160 a night. 1 year of GoCat is $155. We're a subscription platform with various levels that offer different opportunities for different members, with additional add-ons like our last-minute trip add-on. Once we've achieved PMF, we are already thinking about our enterprise option, where we can work with big tech companies and large international corporations to provide employee benefits for talent mobility. We're targeting a 50 billion market overlap that is so far untapped between the home share market and the pet care market. There is a cross section of people who are using both but aren't being specifically marketed to. Our TAM is 1 billion households, which equals about $396 billion a year. Only 1% of that is 10 million households at $3 billion a year. And our SOM, or our immediate target, is 250 households. We're pre-product, so we're building our MVP, and our target capture right now is just 7%, which should, by month 15, bring us 3.1 million ARR. Our IP is based on our trade secrets. Because we're pet owners and we travel and we have these problems ourselves, we're building our algorithms and architectures based specifically on, wow, that went faster than I thought.
Thank you for the presentation. Judges, any questions?
Okay, Susie, thank you very much. I actually, I had pets before I had pugs. So, yeah, thank you very much for building that. Quick question, like, is it allowed to be a non-pet owners or ex-pet owners on the platform, and how would they work?
That will come at a later stage. So right now we need to build a trusted community of pet owners only. And eventually, as we build subscription tiers that will access indirect swaps as well as non-pet owners who want to stay at people to take care of their pets, that already exists with trusted house sitters and Rover. So we're really looking at specifically pet owners, but we never want to close our doors completely because we see that market is also available to us.
Okay, and my second question is regarding the current traction. So could you elaborate on that a little bit? What's the dynamics on that?
Sure. We're pre-product and we're pre-revenue, but we do have some early signals. So I was through basically founder discussions, which is me. We've had 50 early sign-up attempts. We did learn that our sign-up process was too long, so a lot of people cycled away. We got 3 people who actually went through and finished our entire process, but that also helped us change our GTM so that now we're using a drip onboarding system. Our early traction is also showing conversations that we're having in the pipeline with potential partners, pet insurance, pet care products, and of course, solo travel platforms that we're talking to. And three-quarters of our team actually came from those early conversations. So quite a few of our team members love the product so much that they asked to join.
Okay, and last question is regarding your marketing strategy. Are you leveraging like any UGC content, because everyone loves watching cats and dogs on the
Yeah. I mean, that's a no-brainer for us. Obviously, it's like, we don't really have to work too hard for that one. We're using a diverse distribution channels, which includes UGC partnerships as well as our communities, and sorry, I'm losing my words. I'm a little bit nervous, I guess. Our community is recommending other members.
Okay, you go viral there, you get your customers. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Susie, there's no reason to be nervous. We're just trying to be helpful.
I'm always nervous on Zoom for some reason.
You're doing something super hard, so I need to commend you that you're doing something really, really, really difficult. It is one thing to kind of rent your home out and kind of Airbnb it. It's a whole other thing to be like having someone take care of your pet. So I want to acknowledge you're going to be doing actually something that's incredibly difficult, because the way in which people have relationships with their pets and the sitting. I know it's still really, really early. I am concerned about, as you're kind of trying to find kind of where that right kind of niche is, as to perhaps that you might be trying to boil the ocean. So can you help me understand, like where do you see your really key niche as being with regards to your initial kind of customer set?
Sure. Well, what we're doing simply is systematizing and optimizing something that about 450,000 Facebook users already do in private Facebook groups. So they're already doing home and pet exchanges. I understand what you're saying about that trust factor, which is why we're building trust communities, but we're also we're using AI to build verification as well. So the Facebook users that are already doing this, where it's not monetized and not optimized or systematized, also don't have any kind of verification. So they're taking a huge risk on trust. Right. We can eliminate that risk for users that already exist.
So is your key then to bleed these users and these communities off of Facebook onto your platform, or to utilize these communities as sort of like channels for promoting the product and the platform?
It's a little bit of both. Of course, we want to use the people who are already doing it and bring them on, but we also want to be able to promote it to the broader communities as well. A lot of these communities are sort of like sub-communities within pet sitting communities. So that's, one of our main targets as we go to market, but it's not our only one.
And we're about 3 seconds away.
Yes.
Thank you. That was on time. Thank you, Susie. That's your feedback. And happy to see that I also have a cat.
Great, excellent. Thank you. Okay, great. So I'm going to start out really, more than the beautiful store, e-commerce store landing pages, product data is really becoming the storefront to every e-commerce sale. And if these store catalogs aren't ready for the AI search and the shopping bots that are going to come around to their websites, their products just simply aren't going to be found. So my name's Rob Desmarais. I'm the founder of Magnet Labs, and we've built a product called Catalog IQ. And what this product does is it addresses this very problem for global sellers. What we do is we take their messy product data, right, and turn it into branded digital catalogs that they're able to use and disseminate into any channel. And really this last year or so plus, e-commerce is really being disrupted. And the shopping agents and the AI technologies are really changing the way that we find products on the internet, the way we shop around. And 90% of these e-commerce catalogs are just simply not ready for this new economy. And the cost of that bad data is really high, especially for distributors and manufacturers and large retailers that have these really big catalogs and complexity. And for them, the problem is really, really painful. And Catalog IQ is really the missing infrastructure for product content. And it's a SaaS platform that does three things. We score catalog quality. We're able to find where problems are and opportunities to improve it. We enrich the product content to fix those problems and optimize that content. And then we're able to build catalogs with new data and be able to fill gaps in existing catalogs with data that's missing. And so those three capabilities really map to the product modules that we have. Quality scoring, which really helps benchmark that quality. The enrichment manager was where all the magic happens, enriching that content, optimizing it for SEO. And then the catalog builder, which finds and brings in new data that might be missing from manufacturers or wherever that data may live. And we bring that in, structure that, and optimize it and manage it in the enrichment platform. We plug into a customer stack really in a very direct way. We're integrating with their PIM or their search engines or anywhere where the golden record is for product data. And we make those systems perform better by giving them clean, optimized product data. Search, for example, really depends on clean, optimized data. You can spend as much money as you want and it's not going to work until you have that clean data. And so because of that, we're really a great natural partner for the PIM vendors, the search vendors, and all the SIs that implement those platforms. We've really seen a lot of traction here in the last 90 days. We've built almost $1 million pipeline. We've got some POCs. We're going in with customers into the market. We're negotiating a few more of those POCs right now. So it's been very active. We have a lot of it. Our team, 25 years, e-commerce space. We built this out. Our team comes from professional organizations, SAP, IBM. We've worked on this problem for years. We make money through SaaS subscriptions, data credits for building content, and then we scale through system integrators. We've got a large TAM and a SAM that we've identified. We're learning, we're changing based on our pricing and adjusting our strategies as we go. We see our revenue being 1.2 here in the year one. We're scaling to 8 million. And then what we're doing is we're raising 750 on a safe. This gives us 15 to 20 months of runway and roughly 1.2 million in ARR. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Rob.
So, Rob, I'm concerned you want to boil the ocean. I'm really concerned that you're like trying to serve everybody all the time who's selling anything, anywhere. Can you walk me through where your high value customers are?
Our customers are in distribution, mid and enterprise distributors, retailers, and branded manufacturers. The problem especially is acute with distributors. They have lots of product data. They're not able to bring this product data online. In fact, I talk to them every day.
No, I understand that. I still think that's too broad. So, like, I'm wondering if you can tighten that up and give me a sense about who your true most profitable customers may be or highest value customers may be in those specific niches. Like, so if they're distributors, great. Are they specializing in specific segment, or are they a particular product type or a particular geographic region? Walk me through who your most profitable customers may be.
Well, quite frankly, our product is flexible and can address any kind of product data.
And it's not a good answer right now at this stage. Please try again.
Well, we are focused on distributors in particular because these distributors have big product data problems where they're only...
Of what? Distributors of what?
Industrial products. Let's go there.
That's the answer I was looking for.
Industrial
So
product.
you're looking at industrial product distributors.
Yes, we have a lot of traction in industrial product distributors. We haven't limited.
That was the answer I was looking for.
Great. Yep.
Of these industrial product distributors, what is specifically the industry niche in which they're serving?
Well, we're seeing customers in construction, electronic components, any products that have a lot of data and specifications associated with them, because that's where a lot of the data is missing for a lot of these sellers. And they can't bring these products online unless they have the specifications for this data. And they get content from manufacturers in many different formats and many different styles. And it's being able to farm that content, structure that content, and put it into a catalog that they can begin to sell those products.
And you're enabling them to reduce the friction in being able to sell, or reduce the friction in getting all this information into whatever their kind of platform is so that they can sell.
Yeah, I think in this use case, it's specifically about putting the data into their system so that they can sell it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rob, thank you very much for your pitch. So these distributors and industrial products, right? So how do you find them at scale, actually? So
what's actually been happening with us is we have a pretty good network in system integrators and in the manufacturers, because we come from this world. And so it started with networking, but what's happened is it started to build from that. So we have partners signed already that want to represent our product or sell it to their customers. In some cases, they want to start digital practices themselves and use our product to drive that. So it's really from the community and the SIs that we're seeing a majority of our leads come into our sales pipeline.
Okay, this is community, but how do you scale that? How do you build a repeatable sales machine out of this?
Well, in the case of product data is constantly moving and alive, right? They're adding products, they're removing products, product data gets stale. In many cases, these distributors have product data that came from manufacturers that's being used 1 million times across 1 million sites, and they haven't changed it in 10 years. So managing product data really is a life cycle in which you want that data to be found in search engines. And so there's a constant evaluation ongoing. And when you have 1 million or 5 million products, it's an ongoing operation that never ends, because you can't simply address 5 million products in a short period of time.
Interesting. And my last question would be regarding the, data. Regarding your competitive landscape, because they're like around data, like companies been, working for quite some time. So can you please share the slide on the competitors?
Yeah, I can talk about that a little bit. There's, it's interesting because this is a brand new space, and really I see the competition
10 seconds.
blooming from 3 areas. The competition is coming from small scalers that want to do small businesses on Shopify. They're coming from search and PIM vendors that really just want to complete data. And then there's 1 or 2 vendors that are really addressing this space as we are. And they've all popped up in the last 12 months.
Yeah, probably adding a competitive slide would help, because at least we get into the context of your market.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I was worried about the time, so I actually cut that slide out.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
That's your feedback. The last one for today will be Alison Myers. You ready?
Hello?
Alison?
Hi. Oh, I get to go
Can
up.
you please stop
Great.
sharing?
Yes, I can. It's actually not allowing me right now. It's saying,
Yes.
oh, there we go. Perfect. So hello, everybody. I'm a bit nervous, but here I go. This is my first time ever pitching what I'm doing. So firstly, I'm a spatial computing company. I'm a startup founder. I've been a CEO for 25 years. I have also worked in multiple other spatial computing companies, including 3 smart cities. So even though I'm only 41, I've actually had the privilege of being part of 3 smart city projects. Everyone has failed because it's a new technology. Before, when I was in them, since the year 2022, another one in 2023, and the first one was in 2017, smart cities and sustainable city models were failing at a rate of 80%. So from all those failures and being around so long, I've actually gotten quite a bit of experience around spatial computing. And what I'm doing, firstly, I have an ecosystem of different projects. First and foremost, I am a financial company, and I'm also reverse engineering finance to fund projects of value to society. I'll just go straight into that project. Actually, give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous to be here. So I'm basically doing my pre-seed raise. So I'm looking for $20,000 to $300,000 for my company MetaLive Inc., Evolve Immersive, and Evolve Optics. And what I do is I own 100% of the patent rights for a new financial asset class in entertainment globally. That's a $14 trillion market evaluation. So MetaLive is a utility technology provider. It's a next-gen immersive technology and entertainment company pioneering the fusion of AR, VR, blockchain, and spatial computing. Built on a patented system, which currently I'm managing, and I have about 20 law firms right now globally doing the tech for this. Basically, we are built on a patented system that integrates digital twins and blockchain infrastructure. Evolve Immersive is redefining how audiences experience live events, art, and entertainment. Evolve Immersive, a division of MetaLive Inc., is an immersive event production company. At its core, Evolve Immersive is both technology platform, SaaS and PaaS, and a creative media production powerhouse. The company develops tools and environments that bridge physical and digital experiences, giving creators, organizers, and audiences new ways to connect, collaborate, and transact. Also mentioning the value in what I'm doing is I'm cutting 67% of administration costs from the entire entertainment industry. Every single live event that happens in spatial computing in the future in visual and immersive entertainment, I own the patent for that. My future clients will be Disney, Amazon, anyone in spatial computing and in entertainment doing live events, attaching a blockchain to it. This is my first pitch ever, by the way.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
What's the feedback for the first pitch of Allison?
So Allison, congratulations on your first pitch. Some
Thank
feedback on your first pitch.
Very
You're
nervous.
kind of all over the map. So please focus your second pitch when you do this the next time.
Yeah.
And there's a narrative that's really important, and I'll share with you two narratives. The first narrative is, we are blank. We help blank do blank so they can blank.
Yeah.
That didn't happen at all or come out at all in your talk. Like, it wasn't clear, like, who you help, do what, why. You kind of were like all over the map, and 3.0 was on there, and like, you know.
Also to mention, I'm a neurodivergent disabled female, so actually communication is really hard for me. But written down, I actually am in spatial computing. What is that? So that's autonomous vehicles, that's smart cities, sustainable cities, that's AR, that's the new money system, that's the new ID system. I'm in that type of infrastructure. I also have that. Yeah.
I was trying to help you have a script for how you could pitch what you're doing with regards to a narrative. That's the first narrative.
Yeah.
The second narrative I can help you with is kind of a straightforward, there is a problem that exists in the world, and you will solve that problem so that people can insert happily ever after. And there was an element of that to your pitch, but it was a little bit kind of convoluted. So if you can think about having this frameworks, either we help these people do these things so they can do these other things, or alternatively, that there is this massive problem that we're uniquely suited to solve so that this is the eventual outcome. That could kind of help organize the overreaching kind of presentation to kind of really sharpen sort of what the message is and where the opportunity is here for your audience.
Thank you. And I've also, so I have multiple businesses, and when pitching, I'll just focus on one or the other, but actually it's an enormous ecosystem. I already have enormous clients, and actually the cost of cost to 100 for me to produce this is 1.5%. So because I've reverse engineered the finances for what I'm doing, that means $100 actually is $1.50. And in the future, I can actually solve a lot of problems, which is free housing, power, food, and water and free systems of things that we require. And there is no cutoff on this. It's any amount of funding required. And also I developed a new asset class.
So examples of proof points where you've helped communities build these projects, or example of proof points where you've got individuals who are engaging in that asset class would be helpful as part of your presentation as well.
Thank you so much. I have that actually here. I didn't share it, but I have my first project. Our first projects are 6 houses that we're giving away for free to seniors and people with disabilities. And that's in Ontario. We're launching that now. So I'm raising $20,000 to $300,000 for that. It's a $2.5 million project, which will be donated to charity. Also off-grid and IoT.
Okay, thank you very much, Allison.
Thank you so much.
I think, Louis did a great point. I just have a couple of things to add out here. I've noticed through my career that very talented and smart people sometimes, think that everyone understands them.
No one can understand me.
I will tell you one secret. Like, a lot of people don't understand other people, especially when we're coming to the very sophisticated solutions and patents and like all this kind of innovations. So it's very easy to solve. So think of if you could think of like, what is the story people tell after I pitch to them? What they will tell to their parents, to their colleagues, to their kids, that would kind of in one sentence or a couple of or as just a story, what would they tell about like what they just heard? And usually it should be just a simple story, like, like trying to explain to your grandma or something like that. And also what would probably even remember is maybe one number. Like, for example, Louis told like this one big problem. Yes, that's great. It's fantastic. And always when there is a problem, there is a number associated to it because you try to solve the problem. You always need to quantify it. And so people will remember this problem with the number, so it's maybe number of people or you can quantify. It depends on the problem you're solving because you have so many businesses out there. And
it's all sizes. So we have solutions to scale from small to large, all the way up to a major city. And our previous clients have been major cities.
Okay. That's great.
I'm a weird startup, but I'm actually have like I might be a TV show.
You're a holding company, I would say. You have multiple startups out there. So
yeah, we have 6 companies that are all part of an ecosystem, but our main focus is technology, spatial computing, then finance, construction development, and then entertainment.
Thank you, Alison.
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you to you guys as well.
Here in GGW. Hope to see you later.
Thank you, everyone.
And we are wrapping up. We are out of time. Right now, the question to the judges. Give us your experience. Who was the best presentation for today? Who do you think?
What are the criterias? They're all different.
The one you like the most.
I need to get to my notes first. I took notes. Just give me a minute, please.
I liked all of them. I think every single pitch had their own advantages and was in their kind of own state of sort of where they are in their journey. Some were very, very early, pre-product, pre-market fit. Others were already beginning to sort of get revenue. My first recommendation is fundamentally your goal should be as a founder to build a real business and to show the proof points of how that real business is generating revenue, solving a problem, has customers is a really important component. So many founders at times might get distracted on the fundraising journey, pitching to investors, trying to get a pitch deck done, trying to appear at events like this, but they ignore the fact that investors are looking for the proof points in the business. And so really, heads down building in what's in the business, I think is an important component. A second, and you noticed it in many of the questions that I asked, really understanding what your competitive advantage is in the space is incredibly important. If you're talking to an angel investor, someone who may not be as versed in your field, they may not be aware of the market dynamics or the dynamics of the competitive space that you're in. But professional investors, people who do this for a living, do have some understanding about sort of the market dynamics of what might be occurring broadly in your industry or specifically in your industry. So really being able to talk beyond the kind of like check sheet of like the check marks of how we're better than other companies is really critically important. And the kind of things that we're looking for is like, is there a real unique insight? Is there a competitive moat? Is there something that's going to enable you to win in this particular area that's critically important? And then the last thing I'll leave with you is founders always underestimate, they always miss the importance of velocity with regards to the work that they do. It's not just about big, huge TAMs and SAMs and SOMs. It's not just about kind of traction, but that velocity and how it is that you get is critically important. We're evaluating how fast you're going, how rapidly you're hitting those milestones. Whether you're hitting those milestones early or later, it's a way in which we sort of alleviate risk or determine sort of what that risk is. So understanding your velocity and how rapidly you're executing, whether that's execution in product development or execution in business development or execution in sort of customer acquisition, whatever it is, like velocity is critically important. So I was really grateful to have the opportunity to hear so many pitches. Congratulations to all the founders to have the courage to come out and get on stage. And we're certainly looking forward to seeing the remainder of your journey.
Thank you, Luis. So who is the best startup for you for today? Who will pick? I know you tried to avoid the answer, but we really need it.
I think Luis already replied. It was a very diplomatic, very diplomatic and very rich answer. Am I right, Luis?
They're all really different, and they're all at different stages, and they're all at different industries. We had some people who were presenting for their very first one. There were others that were presenting a little bit farther along, and so I think it'd be unfair to say, why one is better than the other, but I wanted to give all of the competing teams and people who are on the call some additional insight and feedback that could help prepare them for whatever their next pitch will be.
I totally agree with Luis, and since there is a variety of startups and industries out here, I would love to leave also the founders. First of all, thank you organizers for bringing us here. It's a pleasure and honor to be here, and thank you to all founders for spending like the last 1 hour and a half here. And what I've noticed that one element, and especially that I've noticed it through my career at SkyDeck, is that early stage founders sometimes forget about customers. So really, and they are really focused on the technology itself, on the concept, on the product, and they forget to talk about talking to customers on a daily basis. And so one of the questions I usually ask early stage founders about is like, how many customers per day do you talk, per week? What do they say? Because at this stage, there is a high chance that you might pivot. Maybe you will pivot a couple of times, even after raising a couple of rounds. But the customers is the key to success, because they will help you. The more data you will get from them, the more yeses, nos, maybes, you will get from them, the better you will suit them. Because the more data you have, the better you can address the problem, and maybe even make it even narrower the problem, and solve something specific within the industry, rather than trying to solve everything in one industry. Unfortunately, the time is limited, and that's why, the capacity of working per day is limited, and it's hard to solve everything. So it's always important to focus on one specific problem and just drill down and talk to customers on a daily basis. And I would say customer obsession is the key to success in any business. On that note, I think I said enough for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I would like to add, it was a fantastic session. Thank you so much for your feedback, guys. It's been a pleasure to have you as judges. But before we let you go, let's do a group photo of 4 of us with the attendees on the top. So wave your hand. I'm gonna take a screenshot. This is what we share on social media. So 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. And with that said, just be aware, part of our team right now in Austin, Texas. So we will be happy to meet you in person if you're here. GGW Sharks is planned in person on December the 10th. And also the next online one will be in the 3rd week of December, as far as I know. So just register SVP to our event for in person and online. We'll be excited to have you as judges, investors, and as startups. But make sure to create your GGW profiles in advance, so we know that's like it's a real startup or real investor. And after waiting through our team, we'll have you among our invited valued participants. So excited to have all of you, and thank you for amazing event. Alex, please close the session.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. It was really great. The first of the next year of GW Bootcamp we opened, and a lot of events coming. As Daniel mentioned, we will do in Austin, and we also have another session in January for Pitch Bootcamp. So those who wasn't able to pitch today, send me an email. I will try to put you on the list, and hope to see you next session. Thank you for other judges. Thank you, Luis, Matviy. Those who want to meet Luis in Austin, feel free to join our session next time. And
thank you guys.
Thank you everyone.